Hello, callers, and welcome to the first training session of the 2025-2026 season. Coming live to you on YouTube from Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper. Hope you're all having a wonderful summer, and I'm sure you're all eager to see Barca back in action. Well, Hansi Flick's Barca, the domestic treble-winning team, is back after 50 days, a month and a half of no football, no club football, and we are all really looking forward to seeing the team back in action. First session here today at the Tito Vilanova training field with all of the available first team players who passed their routine medical checks yesterday. Mark ter Stegen will work aside from the group today. He will be in the gym as we see the players gradually making their way over to this side of the Camp Tito Vilanova. There will also be 9 Barca Athletic players joining the team for the pre-season. Landry Ferrer, Toni Fernandez, Guillermo Fernandez, Jan Virgili, Juan Hernandez, Ibrahim Diarra, Jofre Torrents, Pedro Fernandez-Dro, and Dani Rodriguez, some of who you already saw last season playing under Hansi Flick. Some of them made it into the squad list. Some of them even got their debuts. Dani Rodriguez, for example, against Valladolid late in the season. It's also a debut for the new training kit, which you can see right now with this fantastic tone of purple. The new gear for this season is bound to be a hit. We kick off a second season with Hansi Flick in charge. No doubt a challenging one with a lot of things to look forward to. Barca will try to sustain the success of the first season. 3 titles and a level of excellence in football that was the envy of Europe and the whole world. Compete again for all the titles of play, of course, will be the objective for Barca. We won the league, we won the Super Cup, we won the Copa del Rey, and came just short in the Champions League, getting knocked out in the semi-finals against Inter Milan. That will definitely be on the minds of the players this season. We'll talk about that in a second because yesterday we had one notorious mention to this. We will have to continue to see the young talent of the team grow, improve and mature as well. A lot of young players still on this squad. We saw it mentioned time and time again last season, but the level of maturity of this team for the young average age is simply spectacular. The know-how and the ability to stay focused until the end of games was a key last season, and that will definitely be something that Hansi Flick and his staff will be looking for this season. And of course, we are all looking forward to seeing that attractive, high energy and high press style of football again. But it's always a challenge, of course, in a second season when opponents know what you are going to do, so there are going to have to be tweaks, some changes, and I'm sure that Hansi Flick will have all of that in mind preparing for this upcoming season. Fans also excited, of course, with the new additions as every summer. New faces in the team are something to keep an eye on, and Joan Garcia was announced in the month of June, coming from Sallent, coming off of a great season at Espanyol. He was the keeper with the most saves in La Liga, so great signing there by Deco and all of his staff. 146 saves in 38 league matches made by Joan Garcia last season. He also led the league in goals prevented. He recorded a 73.71% save rate in the league last season, which included 2 penalty saves, and he was only behind Unai Simon and Jan Oblak in that percentage of save rate. Joan Garcia spoke to us a few days ago, and he did say he's looking forward to doing great things and also to get to meet his teammates, which is what he is doing today. He did some workouts last season. We saw images of it, footage of Joan Garcia working out in the gym, which was exciting to see for all cool ears. A new addition was announced today as well, new signing. He is Rooney Bardaji. He's Swedish. He'll be working with the first team this season. And today, as we said, the announcement between Football Club Barcelona and FC Copenhagen was announced. He is 19 years of age. He's a right winger, known for his skill, speed, and goal-scoring ability. He made his debut for Copenhagen in 2022. He's played 84 games with 15 goals and 1 assist. So we'll be keeping a close eye on him during this pre-season. See how he fares with this high talent squad. Of course, all eyes will also be on the stars of this team, and namely Lamine Yamal, who turned 18 years of age yesterday, just 18 years old, and he is already one of the best players in the world. Last month, he also signed a contract extension, which will keep him as a Blaugrana until June 2031. And yesterday, as Barca posted on social media, he gave us his birthday wish, and it's the title that's missing, of course. A clear message for Culés that he is going for the Champions League. He and the team will give it everything that they have to go for the Champions League, which the club has not been able to win since 2015. We came close last season, and we will for sure be competing for it again this season. A new Champions League, by the way, with a little tweak in it, which is something that would have benefited Barca last season. UEFA has decided that the best-ranked teams in the league phase will now have the advantage of playing the second leg at home in all knockout rounds, which is what Barca did in the earlier knockout rounds, but not in the quarterfinals and the semis in Dortmund and in Milan. That for sure would have given Barca a better chance to go through in both rounds. It was what it was, though. Speaking of the Champions League, well, we have dates, of course. The draw for the league phase will be on August 28th, so we still have to wait a little bit to see who Barca will be facing in the top European competition this season. A competition with 36 teams. Barca will be in pot 1, along with Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, PSG, Inter, Chelsea, and Borussia Dortmund. We know that we'll be facing at least one of those teams, as each team faces, plays 2 games with teams from pot 1, and then teams from pot 2, 3, and 4. We know that the first game in the Champions League will be between the 16th and the 18th of September of 2025. The last group stage game will be on the 28th of January of next year of 2026. We do know Barca's upcoming schedule, 10 days here in Barcelona with training sessions, alternating single and double workouts, and then off to Asia it is. The Blaugrana Tour Asia edition by Philips Ambilight TV. It's a return from Barca to Asia after 6 years. The last pre-season tour in the Asian continent was in 2019. Barca will fly there on the 24th of July and stay until the 5th of August. The first visit is to Japan. There will be one friendly game in Japan on the 27th of July. That will be the first game of the pre-season, the first test for Hansi Flick's side against Vissel Kobe. And after that, the team will travel to South Korea. 2 games there. On the 31st of July, they'll play the second game of the pre-season against Seoul. On the 4th of August, third and final game of the tour against Daegu. And the team will return, and we already know some timetables, Barca's schedule in the league as well. Match days 1, 2, and 3 have been confirmed. Mallorca is the first opponent in the league. That is Saturday the 16th of August at 7:30 in the evening. First game in La Liga away. Match days 2 and 3 are also away. Levante is the second opponent in La Liga, 23rd of August. That is at 9:30. We'll have some late kickoffs in the month of August. That is because, of course, of the hot weather conditions all across Spain during the summer. And it's best to keep kickoffs late in order to help the players perform at the highest level. Match day 2 against Levante, 23rd of August. That is a Sunday at 9:30 in the evening. And match day 3 will also kick off at 9:30 in the evening. That will be Saturday, the 31st of August against Rayo Vallecano. All three timetables have been confirmed. More to come, of course, when La Liga gives us confirmation. First home game will not be after the first international break in the weekend of the 13th and 14th of September. That will be against Valencia. We know that the Clásicos will be on the 25th, 26th of October at the Bernabeu, and then we'll have to wait until the 9th or 10th of May of 2026 to see the Clásico be played at home. So the same weekends as last season. We also know that the last game of 2025 is in December at Villarreal, and the first game of 2026 will be the Catalan derby at Espanyol. So a lot to look forward to this season as we're seeing the players warm up, and we've got the goalkeepers preparing separately. We've already talked a little bit about Joan Garcia and all of his merits to be signed for Football Club Barcelona. We had news recently as well that Wojtek Szczęsny extended his contract until June 2027, so 2 more years of Szczęsny as a Blaugrana. He joined the team in the middle of last season due to Marc-Andre ter Stegen's long-term injury. And he contributed mightily in 30 appearances for Barca during the 24-25 season. Szczęsny kept 14 clean sheets and was never on the losing side in La Liga. Quite the feat. The Polish player's experience and maturity was a great help for coach Hansi Flick in a young and inexperienced Barca squad. And, well, coming out of retirement in his first season as a Blaugrana, he got the silverware, 3 titles, starting in the final of the Super Cup and in the Copa, and playing pivotal role in La Liga as well, also in the Champions League. A lot to look forward to in this upcoming season with the consolidation of key pieces in the squad. Let's talk a little bit about some of the main names. Robert Lewandowski, for instance, coming off of a 42-goal scoring season. He reached 101 official goals for Barca. That's in 3 seasons total, 33 in the first, 26 in the second, and 42, as we said, last season. He is the 5th player in Barca history to reach 100 official Barca goals. He did so in 147 matches. Last season, he had 27 in the league, 11 in the Champions League, 3 in the Copa, 1 in the Super Copa. That was all in 52 matches, and he did miss a few in the last few weeks of the season due to an injury which kept him out of key games. Robert Lewandowski will start his 4th season as a Blaugrana and will be looking to be a reference up top, where we'll also see, of course, Rafinha, who had his his burst-out season. He was named the best player in La Liga in 24-25. He scored 18 goals in the league, having scored 7 and 6 in the 2 previous seasons. So just more than doubling his numbers from previous season. He also had 11 assists. It was his breakout year, no doubt. He took his football to another level, becoming a very attack-minded player, down the left, down the middle. A lot of versatility for Rafinha, and he was a real difference maker, both on and off the pitch. He became an absolute leader, being one of the captains. His attitude was, reflected in every action, really, and we saw him accomplish his goals that he'd set himself at the beginning of the season, and for sure he'll set himself maybe even higher goals for this upcoming season, no doubt. Looking forward to seeing what Rafinha can do, along with Robert Lewandowski, with Lamine Yamal as well, who, well, just continues to grow. He scored 18 goals last season in all competitions. He also had 22 assists and just came up big in the big moments. He scored in 3 of the 4 Clásicos, scored against Inter Milan. He scored the league clinching goal at Espanyol and just continued to get better and better and better. And he's just 18 years of age, and we have high hopes for what Lamine Yamal can do. He has them himself. He's very ambitious. He has relentless ambition. He said in an interview for the club's media that his goal this season is to go and win the Champions League. And of course, he wants the World Cup as well. That will be next summer. First of all, at a club level, he wants to bring the Champions League back to Barcelona. He said it very clearly. And of course, with the support of his teammates, Barca will definitely look to have a chance to compete for the highest European competition. Another player that played a spectacular role in the team last season in midfield, alongside Frenkie de Jong, alongside Marc Casado at the beginning of the season, with Marc Bernal as well, who'll be coming back this season as well. It's Pedri. Pedri, the player with the most appearances last season. He played 59 games with 56 starts out of the 60 competitive matches. 59 out of 60, that is. He scored 6 goals in all competitions. He was the creative mind of the team. He was a motor in midfield. And we will all remember his screamer in the Copa del Rey final against Real Madrid for a very long time. What a goal that Pedri scored in that final. As the opener, Ferran Torres scored in that game as well, and so did Jules Koundé. Ferran Torres, the third top scorer for the team last season with 19 goals, and started off in the role of super sub, coming off of the bench and making a real impact, and ended up the season starting in the lineup, scoring goals, being important, and it will be another important season for the Tiburon this season. Of course, we'll all be looking to see what tweaks Hansi Flick introduces to the team this season. A lot of talk was about the high press line, and we'll see if Hansi, with Pau Cubarsí, with Ronald Araujo, with Íñigo Martínez, with Andres Christensen, the fullbacks as well, Jules Koundé, Alejandro Valdes, Gerard Martín, Hector Fort, if they continue to go for that high line, which was so successful last season, left a lot of teams in the offside trap and gave Barca so many advantages last season. It was definitely attractive to watch. It's a brave bet, and it was definitely an identity mark of the team. As we see the players gather now for a little cooling break as the training session continues here at Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper. We're showing you this first live training session of the pre-season. 14th of July, La Liga starts on the 16th of August. It all gets going. It all gets going now here at Ciutat Esportiva. First day back at work, and we're going to leave it here. We're going to leave it here. And, well, a reminder that you can find all of the Barca content on all of Barca's channels. Thank you very much for working, and stay tuned on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Barca One for all the latest Barca updates. Bye-bye.